You're standing in tall grass, and something behind you just went quiet. You turn around. Two yellow eyes are watching you, low in the grass. A cat the size of a small car, curved teeth longer than your hand, and it is looking directly at you. You have no claws, no fangs, no sharp stick, not even the strength to climb away in time. By every rule of nature, you should already be dead. And yet, 100,000 years later, here you are. That cat is extinct. You are not. So how did your ancestors survive in a world where almost everything was built to kill them? Start with a story we get backwards. We picture early humans as hunters, at the top of the food chain. For most of our history, we were the opposite. We were prey. In 1924, an anatomist named Raymond Dart was handed a fossil skull from South Africa. A child, about 3 years old. Punched through its eye sockets were two neat holes, spaced exactly to match the fangs of a leopard. That child wasn't a tragic accident. It was a meal. And for 2 million years, so were we. Because the predators we lived beside weren't just dangerous. They were the most efficient killers evolution ever built. The saber-tooth cat. Teeth almost a foot long. It didn't chase. It waited in the grass and exploded out in one ambush. The short-faced bear. Nearly 3 meters standing. A pure meat eater with long legs that could run you down at 40 miles an hour. The cave hyena. A bite around 1,100 pounds per square inch. Enough to crush bone for the marrow. Yours is about 160. And they hunted in packs, in the dark. Dire wolves in packs of 30. Cave lions larger than any lion alive. In South America, 10-foot terror birds with beaks that could split a skull. Everywhere humans went, something was already there, waiting to eat us. And against all of it, we had almost nothing. A chimpanzee, our closest cousin, is about 3 times stronger than you. It has fangs. It can climb 10 meters in seconds. And leopards still kill chimps all the time. We were slower than that, weaker. We couldn't see in the dark, couldn't smell danger coming, and we stood upright, easy to spot from far away. Our babies couldn't walk for a year and screamed at the worst moments. By every biological measure, we should have gone extinct. You still carry that world inside you. The jolt when something moves behind you. The dread when the lights go out. That isn't weakness. It's an alarm built when you were the hunted. But we didn't go extinct. They did. Every predator I just named is gone. So what did we have that they didn't? The first answer was fire. At Wonderwork Cave in South Africa, there's evidence of controlled fire going back around 1 million years. Ash, burnt bone, deep inside. A fire draws a circle of light about 9 meters across, and predators will not step into it. Even today, lions in Africa keep their distance from flame. Fire gave us light we didn't have, warmth our bare skin couldn't make. But most of all, it gave us time. Before fire, when the sun set, you froze in the dark and waited for morning. After fire, you had 3 or 4 extra hours every night to make tools, to plan, to talk. And fire cooked our food, releasing more calories, feeding the one thing that would eventually outthink every hunter on Earth. A bigger brain. The nightlight glowing in a child's room tonight is a direct descendant of that fire. Same circle, same instinct. Keep a light against the dark. The second weapon was in your body, and you'd never guess it. Endurance. You are a terrible sprinter. A saber-tooth hit 30 miles an hour in seconds. You top out slower and only briefly. But no predator on Earth could do what you can. Run for hours. It's called persistence hunting. You don't outrun the animal, you outlast it. You track it at a steady jog, keeping it moving for 3, 4, 6 hours. It runs, stops, overheats, because it can't sweat and cool while moving the way you can. Eventually it collapses, and you simply walk up. The prey had become the hunter. The third weapon was your mind, specifically your obsession with patterns. A broken twig means something passed here. Turned soil means something dug here. A track tells you what, how big, how long ago. We started reading predators the way we read prey. We learned their schedules, where the cats hunted, when the bears roamed, what the fire kept away. We watched, we remembered, we taught each other. And every single generation, that knowledge stacked a little higher. But none of that was the weapon that actually saved us. The real one is stranger and softer than any tooth or spear. In 2001, in Dmanisi, Georgia, archaeologists found a skull about 1.8 million years old, an old human ancestor who had lost every tooth years before they died. No teeth means you cannot chew meat, cannot survive on raw food. So someone else was feeding this person, softening food, keeping them alive. A lion with no teeth dies. A human with no teeth gets taken care of. In Shanidar Cave in Iraq, they found a Neanderthal from around 60,000 years ago. His arm had been broken and healed. He was blind in one eye. His joints were wrecked with arthritis. He couldn't hunt. He couldn't fight. And he lived to about 40 because his group simply refused to let him die. That is what set us apart. We didn't just cooperate, we cared. And when we did hunt, we didn't hunt like wolves on instinct. We hunted with roles and a plan and language to share it, so picture it. 5 humans and 1 saber-tooth. On paper, the cat wins every time. But one drives it toward a cliff, 2 wait below with spears. 1 cuts off the escape. And 400,000 years ago in Germany, we already had the spears, balanced, made to kill from 10 meters. 5 humans with a plan could kill the thing built to kill them, and we did. Then, around 50,000 years ago, we spread out into Europe, Asia, Australia, the Americas, and everywhere we arrived, the giants began to vanish. Saber-tooths, cave lions, short-faced bears, mammoths. Scientists still argue how much was us and how much was a changing climate. But the pattern is hard to ignore. Continent after continent, we showed up, and the great predators disappeared. The animals that spent millions of years perfecting how to hunt us are now bones in a museum. And you walked past them on a school trip holding a juice box. Evolution gave every one of those predators a single gift: speed, strength, a killing bite. It gave us something else: the ability to change. We couldn't outrun the bear, so we threw rocks from a distance. Couldn't outbite the hyena, so we surrounded it together. Couldn't see in the dark, so we made our own light. Every weakness forced an invention. So think back to that tall grass, the yellow eyes, the cat that should have ended your line right there. It didn't. Not because your ancestor was fast or strong or armed, but because they could learn from a death and teach the next person to avoid it. And because when one of them couldn't survive alone, the others refused to leave them in the dark. That is the only reason the eyes in the grass are gone. And you are still here.